My ex left me and our kids with a note saying she'd be back in a few years. She returned 6 years later to find I'd divorced her and moved on. The note was taped to our bathroom mirror. Going to live with my sister in California. Need space to figure things out. Back in 2 to 3 years max. Don't change the locks. She left while I was at work and the twins were at school. No goodbye, no explanation to our 8-year-olds. That first night was brutal. Skylar kept asking when mommy was coming home, and Walter just stared at his untouched dinner. I had no idea how to explain that their mother had essentially abandoned them for a midlife crisis. But something weird happened. After the initial shock wore off, our house became peaceful. No more constant arguing about money, no more her undermining my parenting decisions, no more walking on eggshells around her mood swings. Year 1 was learning mode. I figured out how to braid Skylar's hair after watching YouTube tutorials for hours. I taught Walter to throw a curveball in our backyard. We established routines that actually worked. Homework at the kitchen table, then dinner together every night. Year 2 brought unexpected changes. Without the stress of a failing marriage, I got promoted at work. The kids' grades improved dramatically. We started family game nights and camping trips. I realized I'd been so focused on fixing my marriage that I'd forgotten how to enjoy my children. Year 3 changed everything. At Walter's baseball game, I met Eleanor, another single parent. She was a 3rd grade teacher, patient and kind. When Skylar spilled juice all over herself, Eleanor calmly helped clean her up without making a big deal about it. That small moment showed me what partnership could actually look like. Eleanor and I took things incredibly slow. The kids had been through enough upheaval, but gradually, she became part of our routine. She helped with homework, taught Skylar to bake cookies, and never once tried to replace their mother. Just added love to our family. Year 4, Eleanor moved in. The transition was seamless because the kids genuinely adored her. They started calling her Bonus Mom, their own idea. She attended every school event, packed their lunches with little encouraging notes, and tucked them in at night. Year 5 was magical. Eleanor and I got married in our backyard. Skylar and Walter insisted on walking her down the aisle together. In their speeches, they thanked her for making Dad smile again, and for being the mom who stayed. There wasn't a dry eye in the house. By year 6, our life had completely transformed. We'd bought a bigger house with a proper yard. The kids were thriving. Skylar made honor roll. Walter was team captain. Eleanor had legally adopted them after my ex's parental rights were terminated for abandonment. We were a real family. The legal process had been surprisingly straightforward. After 3 years of zero contact, the court classified it as voluntary abandonment. Eleanor's adoption paperwork went through without a hitch. The kids were ecstatic to officially change their last names to match ours. Last Tuesday, everything changed again. I was making coffee when I heard Eleanor gasp from the living room. Through the window, we watched my ex climbing out of a U-Haul truck, pulling suitcases toward our front door. She still had our old house key. She walked straight into our kitchen like she owned the place. Eleanor was packing the twins' lunches for school, family photos covering our refrigerator.